That's what everybody's generally miserable about. They don't have control over if they're going to get fired, no matter how great they are. The guy that's a stud at selling, one day his boss comes in and says, you know, you've sold so much, congratulations, we're cutting your commission. We can't pay you this much money, it's too much. You're just too darn good. I hear it over and over again. I got a friend right now that's suing his previous employer because they won't pay him his commission check because it was too big. Who wants to play that game? You want to be in control. You want to own it. So if you're on the fence, if you're scared, if you're worried, I get it. I totally get it. When I went back into business for myself, my wife was pregnant with our first kid and she just quit her job teaching. We had zero income. I totally get being scared. I totally get like money's really tight and you're worried about it and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? I get it. I lived it. I've owned enough companies now where, you know, you build up one success and then you start the next and it's slim for a while. You know, you're investing all your money and all your energy and all your time into this new thing. You're trying to create it and you're building it and it never goes perfect. It never. As much as I've learned, nothing goes perfect. I went and started another lawn care company today. Now I've got one now. If I went and started another one, it wouldn't go perfect. I'd have problems. Even with everything I know, something bad would happen. You know what? But I'd work through it and figure it out and it would be a huge success at some point. But in the beginning, it would be a little slow. It'd cost me some money. It'd be a little painful at times. I'd have some big, exciting days that were big wins. But, you know, I'd have those down days too. That is life. I mean, that's life in general, but that's business too. So if that's the stuff that scares you, you either need to decide today that I'm going to accept it. I'm going to know it's going to be a little scary. It's going to be a little challenging, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want the big win. I want in 10 years to look back and say, I did it. You know, well, 90% of all my friends talked about it. Well, 95% of all my friends sat there with their jobs. Maybe they didn't pay a lot, but they thought they were safe and protected. And they didn't do it, but I did it. You know, and I'm a whole lot smarter today than I was 10 years ago because my business made me learn things that nobody else can understand. You know, it's a funny thing. The more success I've had, the more my friends have changed. You know, your friends get a little jealous that your original friends because now you get to go, you know, you get to go on the vacation that costs 10 grand. Well, they can't do it. And so, or you get to go, you know, do whatever. Like I race cars. Not too many people get to do that. I'm just been very, very fortunate. I get to do and have experiences that other people haven't. I'm not flamboyant or anything like that, but I get to live a different lifestyle. I have different concerns. Like, I get frustrated because my employees are doing something crazy, or I've got this trouble employee, or I'm trying to break a certain income level or gross revenue level, or we've got this problem in negotiating this six-figure deal. You know, your problems change, and so your friendships change. And so my point to you is that you get all these really cool growth opportunities when you own your business. You know, as your business progresses, you start out and you're doing a couple $100,000, then you're doing $1 million, then you're doing $2 million, then you're doing $10 million, if that's what you desire. And at every level, what you've got to know and understand, and your friends and your associations, they all change. You know, I like hanging out with guys that love marketing. I like hanging out with guys that are building multi-million-dollar companies. Guys that are, their concerns are, you know, how can I hire the very best employees to help me take my company to the next level? Not how can I figure out how to go mow the yard myself faster? You know, that's the cool stuff. You start out doing the work yourself, and then the next thing you're running the office, and then the next thing you're running a team of guys that run the office. Then the next thing is you're building your next business, or you're investing in some real estate rental property on the side with your profits. You know, at every level you've grown into a new person. At every level you've learned something more. At every level you've done something that hardly anybody else in the country, anybody else in the U.S. is doing. They're all talking about it. They're all dreaming about it. They're all wishing they could be you and they could do that. It's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. It's the stuff that gets you out of bed every day and it says, you know, I don't know what the heck's going to hit me today, but I'm going to learn something new. It might be a stressful day, but I'm going to learn something new, and tomorrow I'm going to be a better person. That's what business ownership is. It's all that learning stuff. It's partly about making money. That's cool. It's partly about getting to go on cool vacations and do neat things and doing things that most people don't get to experience. It is partly about the experiences, but it's huge about the freedom and the lifestyle. It's huge about getting to be in control of something. It's huge about being able to look back and say, hey, you know what? I built that. I created that. Before me, that didn't even exist. Before me, the 3,000 clients I serve, they didn't like the company they had before me, but they like us. You know, that employee that works for me that when I hired him made 25,000 and now he makes 70? That's pretty cool. You know, it was because of me he became that, but because of this opportunity in this business, he got to do something cool, and his family is now doing better because he's doing really well here and he likes what he's doing. I mean, there's so many cool things that go into building a business, but if you sit there and talk about it, you'll never get any of it. You'll never experience any of it. You'll sit there and you'll worry about all the stuff that could go wrong. You know what? You might even start this business and it may go under, and it's going to suck. It's going to be painful, and it's just not going to be good. I've had a business that went under, complete bust. I lost over 6 figures on the deal. Total bust. One of my first real businesses. And someday I'll expand on why, but it went bust. Since then, you know, we've had multi-million successes, multi-million-dollar successes. The problem is when that first business went bust, I was bummed. I was really frustrated. In fact, after that business failed, my income was about $30,000 a year. Life was stressful. It was frustrating. But today, a lot of the stuff that went wrong in that business, a lot of the reasons that business failed, I won't make those mistakes again. And you know what? I'm glad I'm not in that business. I'm glad I'm in the businesses I'm in now. At the time, it was horrible. But it set up the successes that I've had today. And it created the opportunities I've got today. It led to so much. So, probably not going to fail if you'll get out there and sell and work your butt off. You're probably not going to have the 2 major problems that I encountered in my business that were completely out of the ordinary that drove that business under. But they happened. You know, you're probably not going to have those. You're probably going to be successful. If you'll go out and sell and get business, you're going to make it. 95% of businesses fail because the guy's too scared to get out there and sell. You'll get out there and sell. If you'll get out there and have empathy and learn about what your clients want, what they need, and you'll look at things from their perspective and you'll say, and you'll really understand, this is why Joe Smith hates whatever it is about the service provider he has. And you'll look at it from his perspective and understand it through his eyes, and you'll solve it. If you'll really, really do that, most people say it, but they don't do it. Even I, struggle with that. It's really hard to have true empathy. If you can get in there and understand the pain of your client, what they're going through, what they hate about the service providers they deal with now, and you'll get in there and solve that, your business is going to be a home run. You're going to sell more than you can handle. Problem is that's hard to do. But once you figure it out, and if you're not scared to get out there and sell, you're not scared to market, you're not scared to take some risks, not crazy risks. I don't believe in crazy risks. I'm conservative. Clearly I'm conservative. I don't believe in debt. A lot of guys think that's nuts, but I'm conservative. So I'm not talking about crazy risk here. I'm talking about taking some risk zone, putting yourself out there and going and knocking on some doors and doing some marketing campaigns that cost you $1,000 to send out, and you're scared you're scared. Is this going to work? But you do it anyway. And you do it after you've read the books about marketing and direct response, and after you've learned and you figured it out, you've crafted your first marketing piece. You take a risk. I'm talking about those kind of risks, the risks that stretch you. If you'll get out there and do that stuff, and you'll understand what your client wants, you'll take some risk and get out there and sell, you'll be successful. Everybody fails because they don't sell. You're going to sell, and if you sell, you're going to win, and then it's going to snowball. Then you're going to ask your clients for more business. Those clients, because you just do a great job at servicing them, because the employees you hire, you hire good employees that actually care about people, that aren't jerks, that talk nice to people, that are just good quality people. You hire them and you train them, and they speak well to your client. When your client's mad, they feel their pain and they help them. You've got good service. Your clients then tell other people about you. Your business starts to snowball. It starts out a little slow at first. Then it gets bigger and bigger, and things start to grow faster. Then you hire some people to work for you. You make good hires, some key people that really help you out. Next thing you know, those people are your people, your employees, the guys that you're working with that are doing a really good job for you, that you're really teaching and training. Now they're out there, they're growing your business for you.